Kate, are you ready for another edition of Celebrity Dead or Alive?
Yes.
Okay. E. Bryant Crutchfield, the inventor of the Trapper Keeper. Dead or alive?
Well, E. Bryant Crutchfield has never been on my radar. If you would have said Lisa Franklin, I might know, but...
Lisa Franklin?
Yeah. You probably don't remember this, but a lot of the girls in grade school had Lisa Franklin.
Oh, okay.
It was like rainbows and unicorns and...
It was a Trapper Keeper kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was all sorts of school supply things, but yes, lots of Trapper Keepers. Okay, let's go with dead. He just died.
He just died?
Whoa!
So you knew that, huh?
I did not know that, but I figured he's in the news because he just died, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why we're talking about him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, good job.
Thanks.
Can't get past Kate. Invented the Trapper Keeper in the early 1980s. Died at the age of 85.
Good old Trapper Keepers.
Yeah, did you ever have one?
I did.
Wow.
Uh-huh. I never had the Lisa Franklin Trapper Keepers, but I had Trapper Keepers, yeah.
I don't think I ever had a Trapper Keeper.
No?
Nope. That was for the rich kids, Kate.
No, it was not, because we definitely were not in that category.
Okay. It's for poor people who want extravagant 3-ring binders.
It was probably on sale at Kmart.
Okay. Yeah, I think I probably would have liked to have like a Transformers Trapper Keeper or
Yeah.
G.I. Joe or He-Man, etc.
Yeah, I don't think mine was licensed. I think mine was maybe like a navy blue Trapper Keeper.
Oh, there was no art on it.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's probably a cheaper Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
Cheaper Trapper Keeper. Yep, so pour one out. E. Bryant Crutchfield died at the ripe old age of 85, the inventor of the Trapper Keeper. R.I.P.
Womp womp.
I was trying to think of a good Trapper Keeper. Huh. Velcro him up and put him in a grave. Trapper Keepers have Velcro, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Phew.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if his coffin was just a giant Trapper Keeper.
Okay, the thing about Trapper Keepers that I wanted the most was the cheat sheets.
Oh, what was that?
Where they had like the multiplication table.
Okay.
They had the capital cities. There was a whole page of cheat sheet stuff, which now comes in my kids' assignment notebook. I'm like, you guys are so lucky. We didn't have these cheat sheets when we were little.
Unless you had the Trapper Keeper.
Like the presidents. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. Harry Styles was hit with a chicken nugget during a live show, Matt.
Is this happening more often? I feel like pop stars are taking it in the face a lot more than they used to. Chicken nugget, though?
I'm trying really hard to be a grown-up after you just said that.
I would say go ahead and surrender that.
I think that we have heard things recently about people throwing things on stage, but whether they're aiming for the pop star, I don't know.
Right. Like Lady Gaga took it in the face from... Did you see that? It's like
you gotta stop saying that.
It's like, what's that? Stop saying that?
Don't mind me. I'm down here in the gutter.
Some kind of stuffed animal kind of thing.
Like a teddy bear or something?
Yeah, something like except it was like a spokes teddy bear for a pharmaceutical chain in Mexico or something.
Oh.
Like that. And apparently that's a tradition, is to throw that thing on stage.
Oh. Who knew?
But not into Lady Gaga's face.
But not at Lady Gaga.
Do you think they were trying to... So Harry Styles takes it in the face from Chicken Nugget. Do you think they were aiming at his mouth?
Maybe.
Give him some chicken.
But to be clear, the story I have is that a chicken nugget was thrown at him. So I don't know that it hit him in the face.
Oh, it was just thrown in the general direction.
Yes. So I've got a fun game.
Oh.
And I'm calling it a fun game because it's a multiple choice game. It's weirdest things thrown at musicians.
Do-do-do.
Yes. Okay, Alice Cooper had blank thrown at him. False teeth, mannequin head, or a live chicken.
What was the first option?
False teeth.
False teeth. I'll say false teeth.
False teeth. Okay, I almost gave you a hint to say Alice Cooper think of Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
It's right around the same time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so a chicken.
It's a live chicken. Yep.
Okay.
How did they get a live chicken in the venue? Of course, this is back in the day with, less security, but
Yeah, that's why I guessed false teeth, because that's fairly easy to smuggle in.
put Grandpa's teeth in your pocket and chuck them at Alice Cooper.
I thought you were going to say your mouth.
Ooh, maybe.
Double teeth.
Double teeth.
Like a shark.
Smash Mouth had a remote control, cat food, or loaves of bread thrown at them.
I will say loaves of bread.
Loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Do you know this story?
I do not. It just seems like too obscure to be made up. Loaves,
Right?
plural of bread.
Loaves.
Right.
Like they just start chucking Sara Lee out there, and it's loaves of bread. Yep.
Yay.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Woo!
Whoop, woo, indeed.
Okay, so we were just talking about Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
She had some sort of Mexican pharmaceutical company stuffed animal thrown at her.
Something like that. Yeah.
But previous to that, Lady Gaga has had a wallet, shoes, or sausages thrown at her.
I would say sausages.
What makes you say sausage? Because of the meat dress?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meat dress accessory.
Me too.
And
Sausages for the win.
yay.
And last, the Biebs. Biebs has had soda bottles, eggs, or a cake thrown at him on stage.
I'll say a soda bottle.
Soda bottle,
Yeah.
eggs.
Eggs. Aw.
Womp womp.
That's not very nice.
Not very nice at all. Yep, 2 for 2.
You mean 2 for like 4 or something, right?
2 for 4. Sorry. You got 2 right, and you got 2 wrong.
It was 2 for 2
Yeah.
if you did the ones that you got incorrect. And you mentioned Ozzy Osbourne. For anyone not familiar, somebody threw a bat on stage. Ozzy claims he thought it was like a plastic one and then bit into it and its head ended up in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And previously he had bit the head off of Dove in a meeting with record executives, I think. Yeah.
You don't have to bite the heads off of anything, Ozzy. Come on. Let's just use our words.
You've heard him try to speak, right?
Right?
Okay. Let's not get greedy here.
Oh.
I feel like maybe they stopped singing at Olive Garden for people's birthdays. I started searching for this.
Oh, yeah?
To see if they stopped. Yeah, Nick, one of our studious sales professionals here, said he went to Olive Garden recently for somebody's birthday. And as I was interrogating him about it and making jokes about when you were there, you were family, right? You know, stupid things like that, like I do.
Right, right.
He had mentioned that they sang happy birthday to whomever's birthday it was. As in the people at his table, not the staff.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, wait, whoa. The Olive Garden people didn't sing any? And he was like, no. And so I've been searching, and I can't seem to find any definitive answer as to whether they dropped it or not. I thought maybe they dropped it due to, not wanting to spray COVID all over the restaurant via singing.
Mm-hmm.
There's that kind of legendary super spreader event, which was a choir doing a bunch of singing, and like 48 people got sick or something.
Oy.
So I cannot say for sure. I guess we'll need to get in contact with the manager at Olive Garden to see if they don't sing in there anymore.
Kind of in the dark here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I've been to Olive Garden for anyone's birthday, but is that a big thing that people sing happy birthday at Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Like the staff gathers and...
Yes. I haven't been to the Olive Garden in quite a long time.
Right.
But back when we went there a little bit more regularly, yeah, I was like, happy birthday to you, and grandma too. Something, I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah, you've missed out, Kate.
So it wasn't the traditional happy birthday. It was like an Olive Garden style.
Yeah, Olive Garden original, I believe.
Nobody brought out like an accordion or...
Sadly, no.
No? Okay.
Not at the Olive Garden I went to as a kid.
Okay.
But you've never been to Olive Garden when someone else is getting sung at? Because it's a big scene.
I don't think so.
I went there one year for my birthday when I was a little kid, and I didn't want them singing at me. I didn't want it. Didn't want to be the center of attention like that. And then my brother's friend who was with us ratted me out to the server. And then I got embarrassed and sang at.
Yep.
But now, after all these years, I'm quite fond of the Olive Garden birthday singing, which may no longer exist.
Which means you might have to pour one out.
I just figured, yeah, sure. I just figured that once Nick's party or whatever started singing to whomever's birthday it was, that the Olive Garden staff would have sprung into action and then done the Olive Garden song, but I don't know. Kate, Mario Kart turned 30 years old.
That's insane.
Yep. And you still have never played it?
Nope.
God, that's miraculous. I don't know how anyone of our age or younger has avoided playing Mario Kart.
Yep.
You've only been in the same room as someone playing Mario Kart.
Yep.
Maybe you could play the original. Maybe you could stomach the Super NES version. That was the original Mario Kart.
Maybe.
But you just get motion sick from it instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the split screen. I don't know if it's because sometimes it's not a course. It's just like you can go all over the place and you don't have to go in a direction. You can just go wherever you want. I don't know what it is. I don't like Splatoon either.
I know.
Oh.
It's too bad. Splatoon 3 is on the way. It's going to be out pretty soon. There was a Splatfest over the weekend to give it a little bit of a test drive. Pretty promising. Pretty good.
Okay.
I'm pretty bad at it. But that's okay. It's fun. Yeah, September 9th. Out September 9th. Which is any minute now.
Ugh. I hate that.
Yep. Kate, do you ever give yourself credit for exercise that is not officially exercise?
What do you mean give myself credit?
So you're like, hey, I cleaned the house. That's a good workout. That kind of thing. Or do you never think to give yourself a pat on the back for doing physical activity that way?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Only 23% of U.S. adults meet all of the guidelines for weekly exercise. And so this article pointed out all the various different things that you may already be doing that are giving you a workout. So I'll just run through these real quick.
Yeah.
Yard or lawn care, running errands, cleaning the house, walking the dog, walking anywhere, the, quote, I'm late sprint. You know, maybe you're chasing down a bus or you're just late to the thing, generally speaking. Playing with kids, wrestle around with the kids, kick the ball around with them or whatever. Dancing. Kate, you dance?
Yeah, we have kitchen dance parties all the time.
Fantastic. Laughing. You guys laugh over there at that house?
Sometimes.
Laughter yoga. It references laughter yoga here. And that one 2014 study found that laughter yoga is a better ab workout than crunches or backlifting exercises. So the more humor you find in your day, the better.
Oh.
And then finally, now this says daily activities, so maybe you're fortunate enough to be pulling this off, but balance since a bow wow, Kate.
Oh.
Is a good workout.
Okay.
Depending on the various different positions you might do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I coached volleyball over the weekend and the gym had no air conditioning, so I was dripping sweat and I felt like I played volleyball and I called it
but no
a workout, but no.
The AC was just kind of weak.
Oh, no, non-existent.
Non-existent. No. Fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So coaching gave me enough of had to change shirts afterwards. Sweaty.
Do you do lots of screaming?
No.
Stomping, throwing chairs, etc.?
No,
Nothing
not
like
for
that.
5th grade volleyball.
Boring.
I know. Matt, what do you think the busiest day of the year for Starbucks is?
First day of pumpkin spice.
First day of pumpkin spice?
Yeah.
Is that has Starbucks started yet?
Final answer, Regis. I don't know.
Okay. Actually, it's Halloween.
Woo!
But you're halfway right because they say they serve more pumpkin spice lattes on Halloween than any other day of the year. They say Halloween is their busiest day of the year for Starbucks.
Is it like Chipotle where you can dress up as a pumpkin spice latte and then show up and get a free one?
I don't know.
Probably not. They should consider that, though.
Does Chipotle have dress like a burrito, get a free burrito?
Yeah, have you not heard that before?
No.
Okay, yeah, you can wrap your arm in foil and show up and get a free burrito. Last I heard at least.
Like on one specific day?
Halloween specifically. Ooh.
Okay.
It's a spooktacular event.
Not just Tuesday, come foil wrapped.
Yeah. And from
Yeah.
what I've heard, because I've never tried this myself, but from what I've heard, yeah, you could just be as simple as just wrap your forearm in some aluminum foil and be like, I'm dressed up as a burrito.
Okay.
In that specific voice. And then they'll hook you up with a free burrito.
Okay.
Yeah. Nom. Sounds pretty good.
I'm going to cover myself in lettuce and say, look, I'm a burrito bowl.
Oh.
See if I get a burrito bowl.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
You can just put a head of lettuce on top of your head, maybe.
There we go.
Done. It reminds me of this character from Kids in the Hall. The dude's name was Cabbage Head. He had a cabbage for a head. And it's just like he was wearing a cabbage hat. But it was actually a physical ailment that he had. And it made life very difficult. And he's very bitter about it.
I'd be bitter too.
FYI.
Yeah.
I got a practical joke you can try on maybe your kids or your husband, Kate.
Okay.
It's called Munch on Vomit.
Oh.
Yeah. Yum, a gooey pile of vomit. Vomit's as delicious as Grandma's meatloaf because it is Grandma's meatloaf and a bunch of other things. This prank involves pouring a food mixture onto the floor, pretending it's vomit, and eating a few chunks in front of a horrified friend. So your ingredients, a mixing bowl, a spoon and fork. Food. Use whatever food is in your fridge or cabinets to achieve a ghoulish, greenish, brown sludge. Foods that work well are peas, green juice, oatmeal, brown cereal, old bananas, and tuna fish. Pre-prank prep. Action. Put the food in the bowl. 2. Mash it with a fork, then stir it with the spoon. Keep the goop at room temperature until you're ready to pull the prank. 3. Clean a small section of the floor where you're going to pour the mush because you're going to literally eat off the floor. All right, here we go. Now we're pulling the prank. When your friend is in one room, pour the fake vomit onto the floor in another room. With a shocked attitude, scream as if a tarantula just bit your toe. When your friend runs into the room, gasp and point at the gross mixture. Make up a story such as the dog or your little brother must have barfed. Gradually change your attitude to curiosity in the vomit. Move closer to it. Calmly bend down, pick up the biggest chunk, and chew on it thoughtfully. With a straight face, comment on its scrumptious taste. Say that from its taste you can tell it came from the dog. And then finally, if your friend hasn't fainted yet, eat another chunk. Lick your fingers, too. So there you go, Kate. Practical joke. You going to play that one on the kids?
No way.
No.
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that one's a little too much for me.
Is it because you don't want to have to clean your floor?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't want to have to clean off the space for me to eat food off the floor. So I wanted to share this just because I ended up checking out a book from the library that was jokes and practical jokes, pranks. And that was like page 10. I was like, okay.
That wasn't buried deep in there?
No. They kind of led with it, really.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Kate, you know people stop naming their kids certain names once hurricanes get those names?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Katrina, for example, after Hurricane Katrina made landfall in 2005, 83% fewer babies were named Katrina over the next 10 years. In fact, the names of the deadliest hurricanes all became much less popular in the years after landfall. And they've got a chart, and sure enough, yep, hurricanes wreck baby names, Kate. Womp womp.
Yeah, Katrina and Catherine are very close in names. And so when Hurricane Katrina was going on, they're like, hey, Kate, that's kind of like Katrina. And I'm like, kind of.
Hurricane Kate. Here she comes.
Yes. Here she comes.
For the unfamiliar, Kate is short for Catherine. You may have been able to surmise that in the context of that conversation, but just in case. Just in case. That's the I can go, go, go in my hover round. You familiar with that jingle?
No. It sounds like a theme song, though, that I can't put my finger on.
I can go, go, go in my hover round. That's a good one. Are you familiar with the hover round? Are you familiar with that product?
Is that the scooter for elderly people in the commercial?
Ding, 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 ding. Yep.
Okay.
Including it can do a full 360 inside of a minivan. I remember that part of the commercial quite well. This elderly woman just going in circles inside the minivan like, I'm impressed. So,
there you go.
There you go. The hover round theme. Similar to maybe the Jazzy. Some people might be familiar with the Jazzy.
Wow.
Yeah. You impressed?
Yeah. I have never heard of the Jazzy.
Oh, I'm fairly certain that's right. Let me double check just so that I'm not spreading misinformation here. The Jazzy is what I type. The Jazzy. Yep, there it is. You can get the Jazzy Elite ES from Southwest Medical, including free shipping, Kate. $3,694.
I would hope there's free shipping.
Yeah. The Jazzy Select 6 is that same price. I'm not sure the difference in features, but I'll have to look into it and get back with you. Hover round. Typing hover round now. Yep, there they are. Hover rounds. $2,500. Some of these are cheaper. Interesting. Okay.
Oh.
That concludes this update on electrified wheelchairs. Do you count a slice of pizza as a meal, or would you call it a meal, Kate?
Yes.
Just one slice of pizza, no salad?
You could say I had a piece of pizza for dinner last night.
Now, the reason I asked this,
Yeah.
a couple of times I've been to this pizza joint recently, place with a slice as big as your face, Buffalo State Pizza.
Okay.
The dude comes over and brings the pizza. Next, you got the little number on your table indicating, your order number.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dude sets it down in front of me and goes, "Enjoy your meal." And I was just like, I guess I've never thought of a slice of pizza as a complete meal before, but it does kind of have all the things you need.
Vegetables, dairy, protein,
Yeah.
carbs.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask if you thought that was weird. Enjoy your meal, my slice of pizza. No,
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
As opposed to enjoy your za or something like that. Have fun with your za.
That would be weird.
That'd be weirder than
Yeah.
enjoy your meal. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying this for us today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it's a big piece of pizza, right? It's not just
Yeah.
like a little guy.
It'll fill you up, yeah.
Yeah.
It takes some doing to put it down.
Yeah. If it was just like a little baby piece, it'd be like, oh, it's not a meal.
Yeah, get out of
It's a
here.
snack.
It's meal talk, yeah. Nose picking and the health reasons you shouldn't indulge in it, Kate.
Okay.
Any guesses?
Other than it's gross, passes on
Right.
germs,
Mm-hmm.
it's not good manners, it's not good hygiene.
Yeah.
You don't wash your hands right after you pick your bugs.
Yeah.
What else?
That's it mostly. I just really honestly don't understand why this article needed to exist.
Are people nose picking like in waves?
Everybody does, Kate.
Like, are we noticing that people are like
No.
proud nose pickers?
There's nose picking on up.
I pick my nose and I'm here to stay.
I know I was far more disciplined about keeping my fingers out of my nostrils early pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually it was like, oh, I have to dig a pinky in there. That one's up there. Like that. You take the germs, potential disease out of your nose, and then you put it elsewhere. Or you picked up someone else's nose gunk and put it into your own.
Ugh.
So picking your nose, wash before and after, I think is the lesson we've learned, right, Kate?
I mean, I'm a mom, so I've been picking noses for a long time that were not even my own noses.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So when you got to get those little baby boogers and you can scoop it out. Yeah.
What's that straw called where you can suck your kid's nose? Do you remember?
The straw or the little bulbous thing?
I thought you used your mouth on it.
There's one that you can, like you put it up your nose and then you suck instead of using this handheld like bulb thing that I never thought worked, but they always insisted on giving new mothers booger suckers. And I never did the suck ones.
Yeah, sounds dangerous, even though was it Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom that were talking about that? And they had almost like a competition to see who could suck out the biggest bug. I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Now, to be clear, it was their child, right? It was not them. Like on a Saturday night, no, I'll suck your boogers. No, you suck mine. Yeah,
As far as we know, it's just the child, but
okay.
Who knows?
Okay.
Don't kink shame.
No.
We don't kink shame on Matt and Kate.
I mean, I don't think of it so much as like a kink as like it's grosser, right?
But I kind of enjoyed the idea that might be a kink for them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yes, no kink shaming.
Did you know that you do 22,000 breath cycles per day?
Who doesn't know that?
That's lots of things that become bugs, that go into there. Do you know what it's called if you eat your booger? You know what that's called?
Ew. What?
It is mucophagy, MUCOPHAGY, or mucophagy, which means mucus feeding. That's what that stands for, Kate.
Yeesh.
There you go. Learn something new every day on Matt and Kate.
Jeff Bezos posted a picture of himself eating a McDonald's hamburger the other day, Matt.
Good for him. Yeah, McDonald's.
He captured it with my first job and still the same great burger. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Oh, so is it a throwback photo?
No.
Oh, okay. He just picked up a sandwich to celebrate.
Yeah.
How fun.
And you and Jeff Bezos, McDonald's men.
That's right. Worked out a little bit better for him.
Maybe. Verdict's still out. How about that?
Verdict is still out.
It's too early to tell.
I am now examining the photo. My first job, and still the same great burger, happy Sunday. And it looks like he's taken down. Wow.
McDonald's was not your first job, right?
Well, outside of mowing grass, yeah. It was. Because I started there when I was 15.
Okay. Look at that.
Yeah.
You and Jeff Bezos, first jobs. Mickey D's.
Look like Jeff Bezos. He's got at least 2 sandwiches in front of him and some chicken McNuggets, too. He's already eaten all the fries. He's got hairy forearms.
Forearms are supposed to have hair.
I know, but it's dangerously close to his sandwich. Wonder if he wore a hairnet around his forearms when he was working there back in the day. I hope that's a thing.
I don't think it is. There's beard nets.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Beard net.